Hey guys, Gav here, and thought I'd go live for a couple minutes. My gears are probably going to be a little slow. I just went in and I had a rear molar removed. Had a rear molar removed this morning, and so I was put under IV sedation for that rear molar removal. And my head's pretty much clear. I'm just kind of really tired and just kind of not completely like myself, but my mind is back. I'm always looking for my mind. I actually woke up from sedation. My video was, my wife, excuse me, see, words are getting twisted. My wife was filming. I woke up from sedation and I started citing the Declaration of Independence. It's that's something like in the back of my head that's always there, because one of the things I do, like in my mind, that's what comes out of my mouth when I'm trying to check to see if my mind was working right. I'm trying to see if those words are in there. And there's this pretty weird video where I'm coming out of sedation and I'm talking about all this injustice and stuff, but I may not post that. It's probably pretty embarrassing. I was pretty goofy, but I'm not, my head's not doing that now. I'm just tired. So yeah, not a big deal. I just had this broken molar back there that's been giving me trouble for months. You guys may have heard me talk about it. And I finally just went into the Wisdom Teeth guys down here in Utah and got that molar removed. And it was kind of funny. I was sitting there and I'm thinking, okay, they're gonna come in and they're like, hey, all right, we're good to go. And they put that stupid IV in, which is gross. Like, I don't like feeling my pulse. I don't like seeing my blood, you know? And so I'm thinking, okay, they're gonna come in and start. And next thing I know, I was waking up. So it went really fast. But anyways, it's not actually my topic that was on my mind. I've been looking around and everywhere I go, even when I'm out here paragliding, right? Yesterday, you guys saw the video. If you didn't see the video of my son, the DNR guy who thinks he's a cop, who ironically I stopped and filmed a year ago. You guys may remember it from the live stream. I'm not sure I've ever posted that video here, but I'll probably dig it up. And I thought the guy was going to shoot me. He was all hopped up. This guy was up at the park where we fly yesterday, harassing people. And so I had a conversation with him, and he came over when I was out in the field talking. So I was nearby, but I was out over here. He comes over and starts questioning, interrogating my kids, which is not okay. He wasn't doing a welfare check. He was fishing for information, snooping around people's campers. He was, you know, trying to find things to write people up for, that kind of garbage. And he was just a harasser and a collector. And so after he left, I posted on like our paragliding group. And I said, you know, it's not okay, number one, for him to come over and question my kids. It's not okay for these guys to be up here harassing people. And this is a pretty laid-back like area where people go and fly paragliders, right? It's not like it's a green, grassy park. So it's pretty much where us fly boys go, and fly girls. And so this hasn't really been seen up here. And so you have these loyalist anti-Americans that are like, oh, he's just doing his job, right? And he tried to give me this line too, and I made it very clear. I said, I love you enough to tell you that you're not okay. What you do is not okay. It's not moral. It's not lawful. This man is not law enforcement. And so what I'm blown away by is, and so the interesting thing fallout of this is among this little flying club, right? People are trying to attack me. The good old boys are attacking me, saying, Gavin, don't rock the boat. Leave it alone. Everybody do what they're told, right? Even though everybody knows we were up there getting harassed. So there's people, not all of them, of course, but there's these good old boys coming out, and they're saying, like, Gavin's just causing trouble. He's going to get our flight hill shut down. And it's like, you people are delusional. This idea that if we bow to government, they'll leave us alone is absurd. It's absolutely absurd. The level of cowardice in this country from everyone, especially the men, especially people claiming to be patriots, You know, people like the Peaceful Patriot troll in here that's always trolling us. And he's not a patriot at all. He's a loyalist. He supports the terrorism. He supports the treason. But we see a lot of that, right? I don't even want to give him attention, but we see a lot of this everywhere. But then we see this huge number of people, guys, that are just like, just do what you're told. And it's interesting. You speak out and you say, this is wrong. And people turn and they attack you and they accuse you of the wrong, saying you're the wrongdoer because you spoke out to a bully. You spoke out to a fraud. You spoke out to a fake enforcer. You gotta grow a pair, America. You gotta freaking grow a pair. This mindset of do what you're told, he's just doing his job, follow orders, it's perversion. It is absolute perversion, okay? It's perversion of law, it's perversion of justice, it's a sickness of the mind. We're in Stockholm Syndrome. The enforcers of tyranny in this country are literally terrorizing the entire country, and people are saying, it's not a problem if you do what you're told. It's not a problem if you comply. Don't complain. Let them do their job. I don't let terrorists do their job. I don't let bullies and thugs do their job. It's called being a man. You speak out for people. It's not about you getting your stuff. It's about standing up and having a pair of brass ones and being able to look out for your neighbor. We're completely devoid of courage in this country. I think a lack of courage goes back to our sin. I think sin does make cowards of us. Some people will disagree with that. I think we have to be looking for where am I at with God, right? Where am I at with loving my neighbor? And a lot of people don't agree with me religiously, and that's fine, but we've got to dig it down and say, where's my heart? Where's my principle? Am I out for me or am I out for someone else? Am I doing good or am I living for myself? And so as all these people are running around saying, do what you're told, don't rock the boat, it'll just make it worse. It's a lie, guys. When you rock the boat and when you stand up, that's how you have freedom. That's what this whole country was based on. When you rock the boat and when you speak out and you stand up and you resist and you say no, that is the only way in this civil world that you will have freedom, is if you resist, disobey, and stand up to the bullies. You will never have it by writing letters. You will never have it by complying, by playing along, by being nice by the standards of the fakes, right? You'll never have it. It will not happen. If you don't find some courage, if we don't find our courage, we'll never have freedom. So I guess the crux of my message here today, my thought, what I'm thinking, and I'm sorry I'm a little slow today, the side of my face is still completely numb, so it's weird. I can hardly feel. It's not swollen, it's just all numb. The crux here is this. People will always name call you. They'll always say that you're the troublemaker, that you're a bully when you stand up to bullies. The way the system of good old boys is designed is they will accuse people of exactly what they are doing with people, whether it's the blue line or the government or the good old boy crony politicians. You will never retain your lands, your public lands, your private lands, your rights, your liberties. You'll never retain those by playing along. I guarantee you it won't work. If you don't believe me, study history. What retains those, what preserves those for you, for your neighbor, for your children, is speaking out, standing up, not just rocking the boat, but freaking shaking the boat. And standing up and being willing to look somebody in the eye and say, you know what, your authority is fake. You're a bully. You're a harasser. You're a thug. You're a kidnapper. You're an extortioner. You're a robber. You're a thief. You're an unprincipled man. You're an abuser of mankind. You're a human trafficker. You don't love your neighbor. Being willing to speak the truth matters. Are there different levels of abusive cops and things like that? Yes. Should we love them enough to tell them the truth? Yes. Should we hate them? No. That's not what it's about. It's like I told the officer yesterday as I'm having a conversation. I said, I love you enough to tell you that what you do is not okay. It's time to start shaming these bullies. There could be good land management people. There could be good officers and sheriffs, but we don't have those now because we've allowed ones that are bad. We've allowed a bully mindset to be called good. We've allowed a cop that doesn't murder people to be called good because he's not murdering and beating you up. That's not a good cop. A good cop is the one that refuses to violate your rights, refuses to extort you, and will stand up with his life to stop those who abuse others. We don't have those in America. We don't have them. Time to find our courage, guys, for peace and principle. You guys have a good day. We'll talk soon. I see your comments in there. A lot of trolls today. Wow. Thanks, Aiden, Josh. You guys just spread the word. We need this message. We need a strong message. We need to not be afraid. Most of the people are just asleep. Some of them are engaged in the corruption. Some of them are just following along. And you're going to get a lot of that, whether it's in your groups or your private clubs or your parks or your government, all right? Those of you down there on the East Coast, Florida, you know, people dealing with stuff in Texas, be careful down there. Watch out for your neighbor. Watch out for the blue liners and the thugs and the governments who will inevitably be taking advantage of this disaster to gain more power and control. Love your neighbor. Be safe. VB. Thank you all. Jagger Claw, see you guys. Bearcat. And, yeah, Matthew, they're indoctrinated. SRH Man. Hunt it. See you guys. Ricky. Bunch of comments. I'm tired, so I'm going to go rather than shout out to everybody, but shout out to all you guys. You have a good day. See you over on the Facebook page, facebook.com/callmegav. Check out that video my son did yesterday, my boy and my daughter, my 7-year-old daughter. They turned the conversation around on that cop, and it was pretty amazing to watch that as my 9-year-old walks out with the camera, and that guy, he didn't know what to think. So you guys take care. Bye-bye.